Folks, welcome into the Crossing Swords Second Intermission Report. I'm your host, Ty B. We got a full house yet again. We have intern Colin, Dwayne, Robbie, and Dewey. Dewey, I'm going to throw it to you here first. Isles, much better period. Very slow and sus and fall asleep pace, but the Isles do get on the board 1-1 after 2.
Yeah, it looks like they had the legs just for a quarter of that period there. Linus Ullmark is having an outstanding game. He's made those last couple saves in the period there to keep the Sabres tied 1. But yeah, getting one there helps. But again, yeah, just a very sleepy play during the period there. But again, we'll see. I'm not impressed by the boys tonight whatsoever.
No, me neither. They look awful. I think the Sabres need to bring it to them. They need to bring some energy here. A little bit of a step back in that period, Dwayne. Not rifling, on full go like they were in the first there.
No, and it's going back to what we talked about last intermission. I said if you're going to win this game, you win it below the dots, and you give up that first goal with Anders Lee alone by himself in front of the net. He had all the time in the world to make the move and deke Ullmark out. And then throughout the period, you're just giving up these high percentage scoring chances right in front of your own net. A lot of puck watching from our defensemen, just not being aggressive and attacking the play, just watching the puck and watching the play come to them. And you're not going to win hockey games when you do that.
No, absolutely. And that's the problem. You let Anders Lee get in front of the net, hit a little Dougie before he scores. He had so much time. Shout out Anthony Chandra. Great tweet on that one, pointing that out. But yeah, you see how the Islanders score in this one. Bad breakout there by the Sabres. I think it was Curtis Lazar who originally turned it over. Isles dump it in. Ullmark not able to make the smart play there. And then the Isles, a quick little cycle and into the net. Colin, this one, how are you still awake? Because I'm struggling here.
Yeah, that second period was pretty slow. Rob said it, the Isles were going to come out and they were going to get back to their game, and that's their style that they want to play. They limited the Sabres' chances. We got to bring that energy back that we had in the first period, get the pucks in, got to fight for those loose pucks. And, I was shitting my pants when I saw Peugeot on that breakaway. We got lucky that he lost the puck, but that was he scored against us the last 2 games, and I was just pretty nervous there.
No, absolutely. JG Peugeot, 877 goals now. He's been pretty much their go-to guy here for the Isles since they've acquired him. Robbie, what are you seeing from the boys here to be optimistic or pessimistic here heading into the third period?
I'm optimistic. They ended on a good roll. They were getting pucks to the net. They had many high danger scoring chances in the last few minutes. That Linus Ullmark saved. You talked about the JG Peugeot breakaway. That looked like it should have went in. It was a little bouncy, but JG Peugeot has been on fire ever since he came to the island. He became a fan favorite right away, and he's continuing that. And we're due another goal. We saw it coming in the second period. I think they'll get one quick, and we'll see what goes from there.
Yeah, the puck gets away from Peugeot there, bouncing around. Some people are saying that the ice in the Coliseum is not what it used to be. Dewey, how do you respond to some people?
Listen, anybody can make any remarks about the Coliseum, but listen, I want to be in there. I want the water leaking from the roof on my head. I want to miss the second period because the bathroom lines are so long. I want to pay $17.50 for a tall boy White Claw. Get me in. I don't care about the conditions whatsoever.
The exact opposite mindset, I think, of Sabres fans. I think we're ruining the day we have to be back in the KeyBank Library paying $15 for a goddamn Labatt Blue. Shout out Labatt Blue, sponsor us, because I don't want to have to pay $15 when I go back to the arena and get beers. That's absolutely insane. And, looking at it right now, it looks like, there's the signs and there's stuff all over the arena. They're kind of getting ready to have people back. But Dwayne, I don't think you could pay me to get in that arena right now.
I would probably go to at least one game because he's to get older. It really depends on what kind of money they're asking up from me. Are they asking for just me to pay them like the full amount for the rest of the season, or what are they asking me to pay? Because I am dying to get to a hockey game just to get a different view than other than that's on my TV. But I'm also not thrilled about the whole having to take a COVID test. And all of the other bullshit that comes with it. Not that I think it's bullshit. I don't, but just a big hassle just to be able to go watch a hockey game. So
no, absolutely.
I'm on the fence, but I would like to go to a game for sure.
I mean, the only reason I would go to a game is just because there's going to be so few people that if you make a fire sign, like you're going to get on TV.
Oh yeah.
But my goal would be to have something on the back, so then I just turn it around as soon as I know the camera's on me, just to get everyone going, like Fire Kruger on the back. Like,
yeah, right now, why not? You know?
Got to shoot your shot at some point, right? I don't know. Free Skinner, Fire Kruger. I don't know what the movement is right now. Tage Coin. I don't know where Tage Thompson went. Make sure you continue to buy your Tage Coins. His stock hopefully will continue to go up. We need to trade this man's for at least a. Can I at least get a 7th round pick, get another shot, maybe at a guy like Victor Olofsson late in the draft? Who the hell knows? Let someone cook over in Sweden. But I think here, looking at this Sabres team, you're going to have to score something to win, whether it's in the shootout or, in regulation or in overtime. So, Dwayne, for you, do you see them being able to find the back of the net again, or do you think the Islanders are going to take over in this third period where they really struggled against the Devils?
Hopefully they realize how well their goaltender played in that period and realize, like, let's get our heads out of our asses and come out and have a strong third. Come out with some energy. It's just do what you did in the first period, honestly. Just do what you did in the first period and you'll be fine. Stop giving up these garbage chances in front of your own net. Stop just watching the puck. Be aggressive, attack the play, win battles on the boards, win battles behind the net. Just be aggressive, assert your dominance, and I think you will come out of this with a win. But I can't stress enough, we need to start winning games in regulation. We cannot let other teams take points from us. We need to start winning in regulation.
No, Kev, that's a great point right there. He does look like he's banged up. He got, he made that move towards the net there. Little bit off kilter, not perfectly having his legs below him, but just easily kind of got knocked over in front of the net after making that move. Thought that was a big issue there. Rotolo chiming in. The neutral zone turnovers there were bad. Yeah, absolutely. That transitional game, that was the next thing I was going to bring up was the fact that they were having these turnovers, some of them even in their own zone, not even getting to the neutral zone at points, like you saw on the goal with Anders Lee there. I think that's got to be the one thing you have to stop here, Colin, heading into the third period if you want to get a win.
Yeah, turnovers are really bad part of the game. Islanders aren't going to try and be the flashy team. They're not going to try and make the flashy moves. They're going to play gritty, and they're going to try and get those pucks and get shots to the net. And, that's what hurt us. Obviously, we saw Lee had that wide open, nice dangle on Omar. You can't do anything about that except not turn the puck over. So, I like how we played on that penalty kill. We got a lot of sticks in the lane. We got a lot of prevented a lot of shots. But, yeah, we got to limit those turnovers, especially in our own zone, because if they get those long 1 to 2 minute offensive attacks, then our guys are going to be tired. It's going to lead to a lot of free pucks and free shots. Hopefully not in the slot, but that's what we're going to see.
Yeah, and we got a question here. Why did Adams take this GM job? Roster and contracts are a mess. Absolutely, but if you work at Target and you're a cashier and they come in and they offer you to be the CEO, how do you turn that down?
Yeah, you weren't even in a conversation amongst any team to be an assistant GM.
Nothing.
And all of a sudden you have Terry knocking on your door. Hey, you want to be the GM of this team? How do you say no? That's according to him, that's his dream job. So, you don't say no when literally nobody else is calling you and nobody's else giving you a chance. And I'm not going to say that I'm angry at the job he's done, but
it's tough right now to nitpick.
Tough to really gauge or judge it because I really do think he's more or less a yes man to ownership, and the person that's really calling the shots is Kim Pagula, who is an absolute cancer to this organization.
Yep. Lovingly referred to as many fans as the Black Widow. For many reasons, we've seen the amount of turnover places here, especially down there at Seymour Knox Drive. But we got the third period here coming up, boys. 1-1 game. We're going to go around the horn here. We'll start with Dewey. The Isles, you think the boys got this, or is it another letdown day as they just recently did twice?
I'm a little unenthused here by their effort. I mean, if they would put more pucks in the net, I would feel a little more confident with them finishing the game here. Good teams finish games, and they win games here too. And the Buffalo Sabres looks like they have their legs a little bit more. But we're gonna see how Barry manages these minutes here. We're gonna see a lot of the fourth line in the third period. They're very dependable in those late minutes in the game. Again, the name of the game is pucks to the net and get them in. So that's my strategy.
All right, that response put me to sleep, just like the second period. Robbie, what do you got? A little more enthusiasm out of an Isles fan?
Of course, I think we're going to get one early. We saw it, like I said before, we saw it at the end of the second period. They had a lot of high chances at the end of the period. They're due for one. It's going to be Oliver Wahlstrom, as everyone said when he was an 8-year-old, an awesome hockey player. So we're going to get an Islanders dub from an Oliver Wahlstrom goal.
Yeah, not seeing it tonight. Colin, what do you got?
I mean, like Dwayne said in the pregame show, then the last intermission, it's a 4-point game. You gotta end it in the third period. You can't go into overtime. And even if we get the win, I mean, 1 point is good, but giving the Owls a point if we get the win and they get 2 is not worth it, in my opinion. I said it last intermission. I think that Hall, Stahl, and Cousins line is going to put one on the board this third period. Might be the only goal of the period, but I think the Sabres can come out on top of this one. We have to do it in regulation. You can't go into OT.
Mm-hmm. And it's a 4-point game. I got 4 points for you. Why to use Manscaped? Look at that LED light, 7,000 RPM motor. Absolutely great anti-nick technology with the ceramic blade. And last point, fully waterproof. You can shave in the shower. Manscaped brings you the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. They obsess over their technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. That's why Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. Join the movement for your below-the-waist grooming needs. Your balls will thank you. Use promo code TRAINWRECK over at manscaped.com. Get yourself 20% off plus free shipping. Again, promo code TRAINWRECK. Get yourself 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Dwayne, where's the confidence level heading here into the third? Do they get it done, or are we going to be screaming our heads off on the postgame show?
I think they get it done. I think they do. I think they come out hot here. You know, they find a way to get get the 1-goal lead and put in an empty netter, win this one 3-1. Just because I'm this cautiously, overly optimistic Sabres fans. I know that contradicts, but both those statements contradict each other. But I liked what I've seen for the most part tonight. Clean up your neutral zone play. Stop your puck watching. I know Mike Rotolo, you're watching right now, and he would agree. Stop the puck watching, control the neutral zone, and win the battles below the dots on each side of the net, each side of the ice. Because if you do that, you'll come out of here with a win in regulation.
Mm-hmm. And we've seen a lot of times lately. I've been reading a bunch of pieces that getting behind the net, getting behind that end line there is a good way to set up a lot of goals in front of the net. It opens up a lot of the seams for some of those passes into the slot where the Sabres have not been able to get into. We see the Isles folding in and trying to shut that down, maybe get behind the net and try to set things up that way. Let's hope the Sabres can get one in and hopefully get a big W here and put those 2 points into the points column and try to catch up here in that Mass Mutual East Division. But that'll wrap it up for us here on the second intermission report. Make sure you tune back in at Trainwreck Experts over on Twitter for the post-game report, as well as on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure you follow at Cross Swords Pod and at Two Goalies One Mike for updates throughout the game and throughout the year. All right, for intern Colin and Dwayne, sorry, Dewey and Rob. Let's go Buffalo.